Well, chat. I am, yeah, I am live once again, finally. After quite a while, to be honest. Yeah, there was an MS Saga New Dawn track. Still gonna get back to that one. Don't worry, do not despair. That one I had not, quit for good. Just, got sidetracked with, by other stuff. Ditto for, B4G, which, I had played on my own time. At the moment, the big Gundam Ground game that I'm running is whatchamacallit, dang it, what's the name of it, I'm sorry. I'm blanking. Gundam Age Universe Axel. I am currently grinding out the roster and such on that one. But yeah, I am... For this stream, I'm gonna try and, get a couple of runs of Kido Senshi Gundam MS Sensen 0079. Reason being, I am missing two primary weapons on the Federation side. Sadly, I was not able to grab it during one of the previous playthroughs because it simply did not drop. Yeah. There will be that. That's gonna be awesome. Also, one thing that I find funny is that, I remember a couple of months back just yapping about, wait a second, gotta check the routes. Okay, that's fine, I can just run this. However, this one, same. Only the inside Jabro mission I have to deliberately fumble so that it branches me off into this one so that I can see this mission right here, the California base one on the right. That one has the last two guns that I'm missing, i.e. the Camphor shotgun and the pre-production Gelgoog's beam rifle. But yeah, this one's gonna be Belfast. Think fast, Belfast. Yeah, I am running the Alex. Why is the teammate not running something like even half decent? Yeah, as you can see, I do have a decent amount of suits running. I'm guessing, you know what? You have yourself a bazooka. I'm running a full squad. That should be fine. A free Kai, the Gundam. Just to be a silly Billy, I can probably just do a dodge and have it run the Gatling. And also, another cool thing about this one is that I can just go in here. Yeah, I can mess with the colors. And one of the presets that I cannot change, there's presets 4, 5, and 6 that I cannot change, and these that I can alter. The number 5 is just the Dwarf Kai colors. Which again, really cool. But yeah, hi! Freed Kai with a main weapon is cursed. Yes, it is. Because one's usually, used to it, running, just wrist grenades. Not wrist rockets, but yeah, them wrist rockets, them foot missiles. You know, if anything, you've seen the Ifrit with sword in its hand. Well, the Ifrit Kai with the twin heat sword in his hands is supposed to, a gun. So yeah, it does feel surreal. Alright, so have it be free movement but defense. But yeah. Also headshots can fuck up enemy units. At the very least, it messes with their firing accuracy. And if you're running story mode or I think also in versus, if you decapitate them, if you blast their head off, or in the case of amphibious machines, you have to shoot them on a way out. Yeah, if you pull that off, they just croak immediately. Which is a really little nifty thing. Let me check one thing. Right, I'm gonna pause this and see if there's cursor, because I do not want there to be a cursor. Alright, assorted game simulators. I am Dolphin properties. Yeah, it does not. Good. It's just anyways. Back to GOG. But yeah, back to like things. I reckon there's been some news, definitely. You know, for one, we basically got the second wave of announcements for whatchamacallit, for the HoloLive collab with Gunpla, so that's neat. I can definitely think of some, combinations that would have probably, made more sense, been better, I guess. At least, in my opinion, I do not think the Peko should have been the beginning of possibility, but, fuck it. We believe in the Peko corn here. Also, the tracking on the missiles for the Zgok and some others, that's like very nasty. It's very hard to dodge. But yeah, that, like the Iris Destiny gun, that makes sense, If I recall, yeah, she's very big on like seed stuff, but I think that doing a Calliope Epion, I think that's a missed chance. The Death Scythe is right there. What else? The Watermaid Providence was a bit out of left field, admittedly, because thus far most of the announcements and such were mostly like what has an SD, what has an RG, stuff like that. So that caught me off guard a bit. Also, Subaru should have been a Torgis, but I think I said it already. Because, like, it makes sense, duck, Torgi, geese, Oh well. Honestly, I just hope the Bow Wow twins get either the Bow or get either the Bow or the other thing. Yeah, one of the quadruped machines like the Kerberos, Baku, the Baku, the Lagoe, the Gaia, stuff like that. And to answer your question, Soka, this is MS Sensen 0079. Alright. Mario apparently did consider... It's a Wii game, by the way. Mario apparently did consider Div Scythe, but Big Corpo said it wouldn't be possible, likely due to Gunpla reasons. Oh, man! Aww. Another thing that I was kind of hoping for is that they would get a Bnui VTuber, like, since, Hello has, whatchamacallit, Peko. Peko from the hit game Death Stranding. I was kind of hoping that that they would pull it funny and make it like make a Barbatos Lepus, Lupus, unlike the Lupus, which is wolf in Latin, it would be Lepus, which is, a bunny in Latin. With a big fuck off carrot mace. That would be really cool. But I guess, I don't know, a lot of those kills were like, some you can see and some are like, I can't really understand the impetus behind that decision. And again, that's mostly how the cookie crumbles. Oh, fuck. That might burn boosters, so screw it. Sucker's getting Swiss cheesed. Swiss cheese to meet you. Oh, crap. Alright. I am fortunate that this Zagok had failed to navigate the terrain. Otherwise, this spell box would have been dead. But yeah, like some bits I understand. Some are like very baffling decisions. And again, that is very much a pattern. It's like, I don't know how to put it. Cause I get kind of the playing safe, trying to look up for one's margins and stuff like that. That makes sense. However, I do believe that in some cases, when some companies play it safe, I think they're gimping themselves. But just, I don't know, not wanting to commit. It definitely does feel that way. It's like, yeah, you could have had that, but you didn't. The only, like, real reason you didn't get that, well, because they were a chicken about it. Yeah, I'm trying to somewhat minimize the use of save states. If I fumble, I fumble. Uh, at the moment, though, when I get to the stage that has that has those like 2 weapons that I want to get as a part of my grinding efforts, I will absolutely resort to safe states because the drop chance is very like random-ish, and yeah, I'd suffice to say I would rather get those than have to redo that particular stage over and over and over again until I get the stuff. If it makes any sense, chat. I am attempting to be efficient, because one thing that this game sadly lacks is a proper level select without, because you do get like this, like, I guess, semi-arcadey level select, which, yeah, it gives you the ability to play through any level, but with the downside that whatever you do, whatever you get, whatever you obtained, you didn't. All that really changes is like the high score for that level, So you can't unlock things that way. Not even the... I don't think it even like counts towards the Sword Eagle switch. Yeah, that's nasty, and you have to like run through the story mode multiple times over in order to get anything that you missed or anything that you didn't have the chance to get. Which, yeah, it blows. Some may even say it sucks. But, oh well, c'est la vie. It's still a good game. It's just, and it's one of those things that's kind of silly to do. There you go, become Nugget. Alright, screw it. And A rank, and yeah, good. And in this stage I have to score D rank or worse. That means one thing. See, in this game, on a lot of stages, the ranking is very lenient. Yeah, most of the hologun plot, if I recall correctly, are mostly RGs with select MGs. That makes sense. Also, where's the Zoc? You'll see, Sam. I love the UI really resembling the cockpit feel. Yep. Same here. Interesting game, that's all I'm gonna say. Yep, I mean, I do like it. Also, Sev, since you demanded Zoc, please tell me I can... Fuck. Okay. Okay, my plans have been foiled. You will have to wait for the Jabro stage to be over, I suppose. Or, fuck it, since I'm supposed to, fumble this one to get B or worse in order to divert the story route, I will, you know what? Here. I will Zoc. And let's keep the Zoc green. Chat, do you like my Zoc? You like my Zoc? Yeah. As I was saying, basically, despite the like routes in the story mode being mostly like rank based, you know, A or above goes one way, B or below goes the other way. You can kind of, you know, hedge your chances. If you set your teammate to stand by, you get a score bonus. If you resupply, you get a score deduction, which, yeah, as you can guess, it really does help with, you know, making sure that the score is low. Yes, I am getting my ass whooped. Also, Bunk. Oh, look how tiny they are. Fear the mighty Zoc! Fear the mighty Zoc! Wait. Oh well. I do not have hands. I do not have hands. Even though I just threw hands, I do not have hands. Unfortunate. Well, speaking of, I think it would be very funny to just pull up on this fool. Okay. Okay, cool. You can shoot me. But you will not recover from my shitty beam shotgun beam. I just said beam twice. Oh well. But yeah. This thing has a gimmick where I'm gonna drop a save right here in case I need to redo the stage with a worse score. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this, then get a resupply. This is basically how you gimp your score. You know, it's kind of like that that meme about a guy, you know, keeping the rent low by pulling his, you know, hand out of the window and shooting outside with a handgun. This is pretty much the Sensen equivalent of it. Oh, okay. You know what? Slash away. I don't care. You get bunghole blasted anyways. With the photon maser! Perish, fool! Oh, what a wanker. Alright, wait, that's an act guy. Oh well. Okay. There we go, and now we resupply once more. Because again, you get your points docked for resupplying, so that's exactly why I'm trying to fuck up my score as much as I can. So that it gets branched off into the right branch, and I can get one of the two guns, and I don't have to do so on my own town. That's why I decided to do an MS Sensen. Yeah, that's why I decided to do an MS Sensen stream early. Yeah, the recovery animation is cute. The Zark itself is a gimmick. Yeah. The Zark can carry the Zook away. Yeah. Big fella. I want to see the Xeon sniper rifle. I did try, running the Xeon sniper rifle. It is not bad. However, this comes with a big however. The issue with that one is that I still have yet to figure out like the offset. That you need to like get like precision shots. Because for some reason I kept getting like mixed results with things such as the 180mm cannon, because the shots don't come out from like the exact spot you're aiming your crosshairs at from. Oh, I do find it funny though that my shots are just throwing fellas that way, but at the same time I do find it hilarious that this is a Zark. It's supposed to be a chonker, This is a plus-sized and proud mobile suit. Oh. You know what, actually? I sadly have to reload the save and, get going. I got too greedy by, getting in with melee despite, not having much health. And yeah, things can get mean. It's the Zark. Also, the egg guy is surprisingly good for a sort of a low-end amphibious unit. I actually ran a versus match for a video, which is on the channel. I think I called it like "Egg Guy Served Cold on the Rocks" or something like that. Like the egg guy has a lot of cool tools. Like, yeah, it has a semi-spammable beam thing. Not particularly strong, but good enough in its own right. The big thing it has going for it is that, well, you can do beams, you can do Vulcan shots. Best of all, you can do both. And you can do rockets, which rockets in this one, they're treated like missiles. Which means they have homing, and they're really good at homing. Truly putting the seek and destroy. Yeah. Okay. Now there's the pursuit segment. Oh yeah. I should probably get my Zork patched up. Oh. I don't get why the Zark used the photon maser at this range. Nor do I understand why, you know, it's a Zoc. It's supposed to be like a long-range mobile suit, right? You're supposed to spew beams downrange, destroy things that way. So one would think, right, that in order to do so, it'd probably be equipped with a photon laser that's not a spread cannon, right? Clearly, I need a beam shotgun. Of course. How smart and absolutely appropriate this thing is. Anyways, gotta open a can of whoopers on this guy. Wait for the iframes to sort of wear off. Jumping with this dude is a pain, an ordeal even. Zook! Once the big Zoc enters mass production, the Earth Federation will be on its knees, I swear. Oh look, there's two cars from episode 30 of Mobile Suit Gundam. I will follow those. Oh, look, there they are. See? There's even like minis of the characters. That's cute. That's adorable. I did not notice that one before that, so I was like, this is neat. Also, sadly, I was grinding Gundam Age Universe XL earlier. It does not have an egg guy. Sadly. It does have the Zagok and Char Zagok there. Which is neat, At the very least, that's there. So it does get some points on the egg guy scale. Also, I do find it funny that there's like a million recolors of grunts and such. Like 5 gorillion shell dolls, but Lord forbid there be an egg guy, right? Okay, there we go. See? Wait, I'm gonna let this play so that you can see the demolish. That's for killing things. Point bonus. The point bonus would be for like sorting, but look, life recover minus 30k, which puts me at C rank, which is good. And yes, I got a capture on the Zoc again. But yeah, if I go here, I have successfully... Okay, I'm gonna drop a save, even though I do have an auto save on. You can see that I have managed to branch towards this one. And now I need just 4 more stages, and there we go. Is that an MSG reference? Yep. The guy is good in Senki 0083 too. Yeah, unlike in Crossfire. For the earliest Marine unit, it's around the same performance bracket as the mid-levels. Jim's like the cold type. Yeah, makes sense. Is that an MSG reference? Yep. A little detail. Gundam One Year War PS2 was also covered in details like that. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of those. It's kind of sad that it they ran into the freezing issue, but I reckon that can be resolved. I just don't feel like updating my RPCS2. No, the PCSX2. The RPCS, that's the PS3 one. But yeah, as you can see, I have every single suit in this one that I could get. Oh, let's, just for the hell of it, let's run full armor and run it in heavy Gundam colors. Bit of a downside of this one is that you don't get a lot of options in regards to weapons. You get a cannon, you get a twin beam gun, and you get Vulcans. Like, no missiles. On a full armor Gundam, that's a bit of a travesty, if I dare say so. You will get... yeah, the Gelgug with a beam machine gun. And in Gato's colors. So there's the Camphor. What else can I have have the fast teammate run? The Alex. It is limited to one. The G3 would be another option. Or the Proto. Or just the Gelgug cannon, sure, why not? And let's do the standard rocket launcher. Let's see, does it come with any interesting colors? I think that's Thomas Kurt's colors from Giren's Greed. This like combination of green and tan. And there's also Chima colors for some reason. Yeah, let's run those. Sure, why not? Full armor Gundam that's cosplaying as Heavy. The A-type dwarf with a snuff. Oh yeah! A Zaku one with beam. I don't think I can, do a Zaku one with beam rifle, because as you can see, I can't use beam weapons if I'm running a Zaku one. But you know what? Dwarf with a sniper rifle. You asked for it, so who am I to not deliver, right? So the funny thing is about this gun, which is called the, well, you can see there's the launcher in. I gotta scroll through this. Oh yeah, it does not show the beam capable stuff, so I'd have to, yeah. If you don't mind, I will pull up a Gelgug so that you can see the way it's written, because I do find it funny. So, if we go look at this, this is the sniper rifle. It's in katakana. Sniper rifle. SC, that's for sniper custom. Sniper rifle. SP2, that's for Gem Sniper 2. Ogata Sniper Rifle, which is, the large type sniper rifle. That's the one used by White Dingo, Gem Sniper 2, and the original Gem Sniper from 08 MSD. Now, on the other hand, this is the Sogeki Yo Rifle. Literally, sniping use rifle. Well, rifle for sniping. I do find it funny that there is a, that they made Sniper 2's rifle shouldn't be a beam, non-can. Yeah. Can the Gan use beam rifles? No, it can't. I can pull it up for you, in case you're wondering. Uh, we go to Gian, and no, it cannot use beam rifles, despite the fact that it's got a beam saber. Same, ditto for the camphor. Which reminds me, why did I not see a camphor in? It's right there. I just had to scroll down a bit. But yeah, let's see how I fare with this one. I did try and get some practice with the shotgun on the Xeon side. I still do not like it. The range for the shotgun in this one is atrocious. Like, I guess you can use it to like get an enemy damaged and kind of have the enemy team do the rest, but it's still not the best. Okay. Anyways, I will try to hang in the back, get a beat on the enemy, and yeah, it's got a bit of an offset to it. Fortunately, I can just smack an enemy to death with my heat saber, which is just a very hot stick. You have incurred the wrath of the worm stick, but before it popped popped the storm force, I bonked it. These are like the bad guy gyms. That's the fun part. Because you run into them. Wait for it. It is treason then. So it's treason then. Hello there, General Jimothy. Oh, stunning. Oh, this just okay. That got me. Like, I took out the gyms, and there was like a Zoc, and I was like, in my head, the silly duck song thing was playing, and it was like, then it waddled away, waddle waddle. Say, Zoc, do you have grapes? Do you have grapes at the lemonade stand? I don't think so. Look at this silly boy make poopy pants here. He does not have grapes at the lemonade stand. And therefore, all of this guy's human rights are now forfeit on the merit of Ain't that how the saying goes? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no grapes at the lemonade stand. Ergo, no human rights on the battlefield. Oh, oh, that's nasty. That's just nasty. Do I have a save? Holy damn. Okay, screw it, you know. I did show off the rifle. I think I'm just gonna run again with a Gatling. I think that would be funny. Wait a minute, why can't I... Oh yeah, this one has the fat shield, which means I cannot run like two-handed things with it. So okay, this would have been funny, but sadly no. Zaku can? No, Zaku won with a Gatling. Okay. Also, you can turn off the UI and just look at the mobile suit in its glory. But yeah, I will just run this. Again, too skinny to hold big boy weapons. Yes. Meanwhile, unrelated GOG freezing in the Arctic. Gym call types without their machine gun? What is this, Breaker 4? Actually, there is, there are, you know, the gym called, districts, gym called district type machine guns, but at the same time, they're not used as prominently. So yes, I am just gonna run a very heavy Gatling with with a puny Zaku one. As you can see, my mobility is I mean, calling it lackluster would be an understatement. And sadly, I cannot use that one. Oh well. Alright. Sadly, this thing is somehow slower than the GOG. Okay. Okay. Screw it, we ball! Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Zaku and clutch. I just need to tear this poor fool asunder for there you go. Get bonked. Get bonked, silly man. Okay. Alright. New enemy formation. I think that is what the operator / comms lady wanted me to know, so I will have to try and take these guys out, which, yeah, it's gonna be a bit challenging. Alright. Zaku Kai, you've just been revoked. Have at thee. Should have been like yatatata. Probably. But yeah. On we go. I think could be handled by the teammate. big issue at the moment is that gotta take this guy out before see, chuck an 8 at its feet. Nice little grenade kill, and now okay. Leaves one more. Of course, it's just the GOG. Well, let's see. Oh. Yeah, it is a GOG, so of course it would do that. There we go. Yeah, on a completely unrelated note, assuming you're in the short-lived server, I did make a poll in sort of the game channel, pretty much going like, yeah, at some point I do wanna do a Warframe event, which yeah, that would be hopefully fun, you know. Yeah, could tag along and such. And yeah, since I didn't do particularly well, since I ran a Zaku one with a bazooka, it definitely wasn't silly. Anyways, yeah, later on with G-Quogs we have a Gyan wielding a 20-foot tall javelins. Yeah, G-Quogs didn't invent that. Those impractical huge lances have been a thing since Gurren's Great. What? I mean, I'm guessing to some degree, but I have not seen such big lances outside of the Gyan Kai and such. So, yeah. If there are, it must be like one of the. It must have been some of Makuve's pet projects or some. Makes sense in Zaku 1. Yeah. At least these gym cult types aren't using a sudden snowstorm to their advantage. Let's be honest, everyone didn't. In fact, I like the fact that the gym cult types got clowned on by a bunch of Z-Gogs and High-Gogs. I mean, the Zagok E and the High-Gog, they're both just better, like flat out better than the Gym Cold. Also, speaking of Gym Cold, yes, they do come with the silly machine gun, and yes, it does come with a grenade launcher. And now that you've mentioned the High Gorg, I was like, you know, might as well get High Gorgon. Let's get High Gorgon. Honestly, shouldn't be half bad. Like because the High Gorg in this one, it does have the beam guns like the Zagok. It has the missiles like the Zagok, and it has the big missile unit that kind of handles like the. What's the name of it? It really does handle like the Storm Force on the Camphor somehow. I don't know how. It just is that way. But yeah, as you can see, there's that. There's the missiles, and then there's the missile hand unit. Yeah, there's already some enemies on the horizon, and who are they? A Zagok E. Okay, I reckon I take it back. I could have technically ran ran the gym cold for more immersion, but oh well. Alright. Just stay still for a second. Just a second. You arsehole. I wanted to show chat cool things. Bugger off. Yeah, well. Yeah, if there's one thing that I take some umbrage with in this game, it's the fact that some of the stand to fire things are like not really as viable as I'd like them to be. Okay. Okay, and let's get this. Well, hi, Gog. Now. Okay, see? Soccer didn't dodge, and I could have, at the very least, you know, shown off some cool things. See, it's just that easy. Also, these at least have some amount of mobility, as opposed to their crossfire counterparts, as you can see. Okay, you wanted to bonk me? Oh, okay. Okay, have at thee. Have at the Belland Academy valedictorian. I'm pretty sure that's not a real word, but it would be funny. Go, we got no missiles, but we have the silly. We have the silly. Okay. Please work. Yes! One-handed high Gorg. Now it's just a half Gorg, if you ask me. And now I just have to kill the plane. Yeah. That's plain wonderful. Yeah, this is thankfully a very short mission, whose biggest objective is to just capture the Zigok E and the High Gorg that are present here. Which I had to do on 2 tries because I accidentally killed the Zagak E. There's one thing that's like very infuriating about certain Mobile Suit captures, is that you have to you sometimes have to run a very specific setup so that the projectiles are fast enough and it deals enough damage to that specific spot. Otherwise, it's kind of a nothing. Whoa. Yeah, sadly. Sadly, I am pretty much stuck. So it's, yeah. Again, the lockout is really merciless, so. As you can see. One thing that I do not like about the Zagox, as in like fighting the Zagox, like it takes them a while to get the shot off, but when they do, it's very annoying. It's nasty, but yeah, you may have yourself some Jim Cold action too. You know, if anything, that fumble at least Zoc jump scare you. I think they only have the get. Let's see. The games are never consistent about that. More often than not, they are just generic. Let's see. I mean, the Zagok E and the Hygok should have overall higher performance plus ace pilots. Yes, and one drunk Russian just that can shred a colony apart before his DUI caught up to him. But yeah, let's see. And Kansas rapid fire pea shooters. The games are never consistent about that. Yeah. Sometimes you get like the rapid fire blue beams are also not just in card builders, but also in technically in the Gundam Battle games. I think they do have bluish beams in that one. I think it's been a while since I ran a Hygog, so I'd have to check. But yeah, it does have the rapid fire thing in GBO2, which is nice. But anyways. Oh look, an enemy! Oh. I sure like being able to move around. Okay, there we go, even though I got an overheat. There you go, and no melee for you. No melee for you, my boy. And I am sorry, ally number 2, I kind of overdid it with friendly fire. Is it still friendly fire if you're doing it via melee? Not sure. Not sure. Anyways, there's been a lot of happenings, even despite the fact that I was most like last 2-ish weeks I was tending to just oops all uni stuff, and I will have more of that later since I have to redo one of the tests. I'm waiting for the outcome of a couple others, so there's that. But yeah, there will I'll definitely have to get to that when I get to that. When I finally get a response from an email I'm expecting, because I have sent an email inquiring about one part of the thing that I ought to redo. But everything else I got on the first attempt, which is nice. That's the one nice thing about the finals. If nothing goes wrong, and more often than not it does not go wrong, you can be like home free fairly early. That is one thing that I really like about it. But yeah, even so, I did get a bunch of stuff on my radar. And as far as like new things go, I know that like there was the thing with Subnautica 2 where they pretty much just took out the combat. They had some issues with with creature balance and such, to the point that even despite the fact that they, doubled down on like, but no, you cannot kill the creatures and shit like that. Go play Sons of the Forest if you want to kill the monster creatures. Yeah, 10 out of 10 points for PR. Thank you. Yes, double down on your stupid decisions while, being very dismissive of that is very very professional. Oh, okay, so if I do not... This has not happened to me before. Yeah, kind of segueing back to gameplay. Where I let the thing land and just... There's just a sea of Zogs. That did not happen to me yet. So I am surprised that there is a thing that happens if I fail to shoot it down. But anyways, I will take care of that. Oh, oh hi Zagaki. Unfortunately for you, Beam Saber. Unfortunately for me, oops, no ammo. Fortunately for me, gun. See, I can make do. Oh, look. Okay. See, I can make do. What are you gonna do? Hit me with the iron nail? A quote from the man hit with an iron nail. But yeah. I do think it's silly, for one, I do have a degree of distaste towards, some devs trying to, be like they know better than the people who are playing the game, because that's the one thing that I think is like one of the cardinal sins of the game of game design. Because, well, it is absolutely possible that the idea that, like, the game designer slash dev has is a stupid one. And precisely it is via the player interaction with the systems presented to the players that, that people come up with new stuff, I am personally not a big fan of kind of, this, I guess, reliance on, curating the player experience to a large degree. I think it's better to have more options as opposed to less options. I do think it's sad that there isn't a lot of people who get it. Please not, as far as like that sector, because like for example, if you look at whatchamacallit, not StarCraft, the XCOM reboot, they were like, oh no, people are playing this too cautiously, so they and there goes the Alex, yep. So they were like, okay, we're gonna give you timers, and we're gonna penalize you for playing the game that you want to play that way. And guess what happened? People just modded that out because it was stupid. Lesson of the day: do not. But yeah. But yeah, also, Blue Destiny. Yes, I finished building the high grade Universal Century BD1, by the way. It's on my shelf. I still have to apply some decals. I'm thinking of dusting off some of my enamel colors and try and get some details done. Ditto for the decal well, the decals and such that go onto the shield. I do have to get to that, but yeah. I definitely want to make myself. I definitely want to make the BD1 kit that I have look really cool. Another thing that I might do would be to get some weathering, get some like slight damage. I guess I'll see how well off will I be in terms of time. But anyways, before I got sidetracked, look, it's got BD2 colors and BD3 colors as its alt, which is really neat. It's a really nice touch. But yeah, another thing that I caught wind of, and yeah, I am. You know what? I am doing like 5D tangent connecting. This is the city one. Yeah, this is the one where you're supposed to be fighting the snipers. Yeah, that's cool and all. Yeah, the thing that I meant to touch on was like there's been some like rather interesting developments in the Tuba sphere as well, like Tuba, B-Tuba. You get it, right? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, that makes no sense. I was... How is that angle even possible? Well... Regardless, I can... Screw it! Wee ball! I may be nearly out of health, but I'm nowhere near out of options. I might tank my rank just so that I can avoid avoid the avoid having to deal with silly things such as yeah, having to reload states. But anyways, as I was saying, there were some silly, very silly happenings in sort of the VTubing sector, because for some reason, for some stupid reason, the dumb trend of people showing their mugs, you know, the one thing that's like really bad for your OPSEC, and you should never ever do that on the internet. Someone was like, how about we make that a trend? Obviously, it's a dumb trend. It's a very stupid trend, and for some reason, and for some people, it may even be a dangerous trend. Assuming where you live, or what kind of crazies can be going after you. It's not. It is a bad idea to seed any any bit of any bit of internet anonymity at all. So yeah, well, obviously some of the fillers that were pushing it got justified pushback, and then they threw a bitch fit, and yeah, but it did grind my gears that, you know, it's even a subject of discussion. You know, it's not that the opinion of do not is not like the uniform take, because that should be the uniform take. You know, it's like things that you should not do because it's very stupid to do. Number 1, post your mug on the internet. Number 2, stick your schlong in a tiger cage. But you know, if you're obviously somehow it doesn't occur to some people that, yeah, both are very stupid things to do. One of them is obvious and the other one should be obvious, but you know, I don't know. I don't think it's that some people aren't like bright enough to get it, but still, it's like it seems obvious. At least I think it should be obvious. Which is where I find it baffling that, yeah, it is not a given. But anyways, rant over. Rant over. Oh. Oh. I did the stand to fire thing just the second the Parker pulled out a Sturm Force. That was nasty. But anyways, guess there's one more. Well, I guess Beam be up on ye. I hope this ain't like the BD Saturn games where exam is a countdown that gives you a free game over if it reaches 0. No! You can literally turn this thing on and off endlessly. Which is really nice. And yes, every time you headshot a mobile suit, at least one of it, it always shows up as like a captured mobile suit, even though, you know, you have it already. Yeah, whatever shall I run? So, again, this is gonna be the stage where where I will likely have to sorry. My mind's blanking. Where I'll have to, you know, do load and save states a lot more, because again, if I were to, you know, abstain from doing so, there's a good chance I'd Good chance I'd have to rerun the whole campaign again. One thing that's kind of, stupid too, is the fact that you only get to, you only get like one. You only get to keep one captured weapon per mission, which is very annoying, considering that both the shotgun and the pre-production Gelgug rifle are pretty much exclusive to this particular mission and story mode, but oh well, I digress. It is what it is. It just means that I'll have to I'll just have to run stuff again and again until I reach this mission once more and grab the remaining weapon. Not ideal, but can be dealt with. Wait a minute, what is that? Oh yeah, that's the Magella top cannon. Yeah, for a split second I was like, what? Which one is that? Oh well. And the Queen of Hearts had said, off with their heads! And the Queen of Hearts said, no head question mark? To Alice. But yeah, this is where more waves of stuff start rolling in. And we get a defense target. Also, yeah, in case you missed some of my Gundam Age posting over on the server, I was admittedly grinding Gundam Age, and admittedly not doing too shabby. I had finally gotten to the legend rank, to the legend rank missions, which is nice. Which is really nice if you think about it. Alright. Now the big issue is I have to... Oh, dang it. Now the issue is I have to dispatch these, and the problem is if I just go for a headshot, that gun will disappear. So I have to deliberately go for like battle damage. And I cannot, for some reason, my chances of getting stuff also decrease with okay. Please tell me it dropped up. Please tell me this drops. Yes! Yes, the early production Gelgug rifle. Hell yeah. And I've been waiting so long for that one. Now I just need, I just need a couple more. Well, specifically, not a couple more per se, just the camphor's thing. So, the thing about the camphor, well, the thing about getting these weapons is that, well, I can technically melee the enemy, but I cannot kill the enemy with melee, otherwise it just won't drop. Well, otherwise it will be very unlikely to drop. Let me make myself more clear. Please drop the shotgun, please drop... Dang it. Okay, well, I will just, wait for the kaboom, and hell yeah! I do have the shotgun. Hey! Bugger off. Bugger off, Dom. You know what? Swallow death. Yeah, to paraphrase, not Ash Ketchum, Ash Williams from Evil Dead. Also, the best use for the shotgun is just shoot an enemy at near point blank once and then go for the melee. Yeah. On the suit. And now the annoying part is that I have to pick only one gun. So either the shotgun or the big beam rifle. I'm gonna leave it up to the chat. Chat, what do you think? Good. Yes. There's anyone left in the chat. So, we're running shotgun or the early production Gelgug beam rifle. Make your pick. Make your pick. Take your pick. Also, let's see. The Gatling. Yeah, I forgot to switch it to live chat, so the retarded the filter had caught some Zucker. But yeah. Shotgun. Okay. Okay. Alright, shotgun it is. Well, at the very least, I won't have to bother with the shotgun no more. But yeah. That is pretty much the end of the campaign. It's gonna be like, yeah, there, saved. I'm gonna for save state slots, and yeah, now I have all the weapons except for the early production Gelgug rifle on the Fetty side, whereas I have every other weapon on the Xeon side. But yeah, it is 6:27. Well, 18:27 in my neck of the woods. So, yeah. Might as well try and run survival or versus. If you have any ideas on what should I run for those. I'm guessing you'd come up with something silly enough. Also, this game for some reason has Yazan Gable. Like straight up Yazan Gable. I've no clue why is he in there, but yeah, he is in there. Also, yes, I can run a gun tank. Woo! Gun tank, woo! Even though it's gonna be cumbersome as heck. But yeah. I think I'm gonna run this one short, because admittedly my vocal cords are kind of fried from recording recording the audio for the roster overview for Gundam Assault Survive. Gundam Assault Survive's roster of Titans and such. And then, of course, doing a stream right afterwards. Also, my game books came in. Like, I've got one for Sensen 0079, and I have some for Senjo no Kizuna, which is really cool, by the way. So yes, this is... Okay. These are just... things that I... Oh! Alright. I see how it is. Yes, carry dogs. Oh. Sadly, I don't think this guy can do melee. Oh. Let's see, no, it does not have any melee. Which is a bummer. It would be pretty cool if it had. But the cannon is at least thankfully fast. Yeah, I can... Oh, dang. Okay. No melee for you. Point blank cannon blast. Welcome back, Gundam Evolution. Oh. Sadly, there's only so much I can do with... Oh, oh, dang it. I accidentally switched back to the bot missiles. But there we go. One sucker down. Up. I wish I could both, shoot my cannons and retreat, but picked one over the other, and it was a bad call. Oh yeah, I am getting shot at from behind, gang taunt, pretty much from everywhere, but I gave it a good effort. I got explodified, however... Wait, it doesn't really give me my stats if I die? Bummer. Bummer. He would be around the 1 year war, yes. He is, he's got, like, missions in, what was it? Federation versus Zeon? No, the Gundam versus Zeta Gundam, yeah. I'm blanking on stuff, but yeah, so yeah, there's the Easy 8, Gun Cannon 2, the Proto Gundam, Sniper Custom, Gym Light Armor, Gym Cannon, Gym Kai, which... Funnily enough, the Gym Kai gets, like, the standard ground deployment colors, and also the, well, the space deployment colors, too. Which, yeah, that's a light war model, makes sense. There's the Gundam G3 Alex from Zaku Cannon, Zaku 2S, Guy, Zaku 2 Kai, Shark Zaku, Dom, Gog, Hi Gog. By the way, the Gog isn't too bad. It just has the issue of, much like in Gundam Assault Survive, it does not have a single weapon that lets it can use while moving, aside from melee. Uh, yeah, then there's the Domtropen, which is really cool. The Dodge, which is really cool. The Zagok, the GIF custom. Also, the heat rod on the GIF and the GIF custom has ammo. And there's the Ifrit Kai, Zagok E, Zog Gan, Gelgug, Gelgug Cannon. I had not run the Gian, so might as well. And there should be, I can technically run the shotgun on the Gian. Which, yeah. Sure, why not? And, who shall be the... You know what? This would be fitting. Le Ding! I don't think this one has the needle missiles, though. There we go, mass production colors. Or is there a, Oh. Okay. Interesting. So it just has the... Crap. Couldn't get the saber out in time. However... Yep. Yeah. I suppose the appropriate word is... Who's next? Yeah, the shotgun is a very situational weapon, but it's very funny when you actually manage to deal proper damage with it. I'm gonna try and actually live for once. I know, very big ask. So yeah, the shotgun seems to be a very good combo starter. I just have to hit it and then make sure they stay down. Oh, you have a machine gun? That's cute. There we go. There we go. Okay. And the downside is, yeah, I have a half a minute and these chums seriously do be opening fire. So there we go. One more slash. The Gyanisher, one more slash, yes. I see this game pulls for the idea that Char Zagok is better than Zagok. Where Senki WE free Char Zagok is just worse in every way. Well, but yeah, I have Makooved all over the place. And much like with Crossfire, the shotgun needs to be like super up close to be even remotely viable. But yeah, you can do silly things. Which, yeah, doing the silly things is the fun part. Let's see, whomst shall I run next? But I think that'd be like the last thing I'm gonna run for. At 6:38, it's around that again. Casually asserting dominance. Yeah, should be around. Yeah, I'm gonna go for dinner in a bit. So, yeah. Until next time, this has been the shirt lad. Yeah, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I didn't expect many people to show up since yeah I'm streaming after a fairly long hiatus, and there's a non-zero chance of stuff coming up and such, courtesy of off-channel things, but still appreciate you all tuning in, and I hope that I can entertain you with more stuff at a later point, which shall hopefully be soon. But yeah, later, fellas.